Hello? Hi. Where do I begin? I've streamed before. This is supposed to be so normal for me. Something is very different. I have, if you were wondering how my day was, you don't even need to know who I am. I'm just gonna tell you what happened to me. I was up for like 26 hours trying to make sure that everything got done, that everything got out the door in time. And it barely happened. And I finished with like 1 hour left on the clock. And I'm like, oh boy, I can sleep. But it wasn't true, because now I have to do this. But I'm so excited! Hi! Boy, we've got a lot to talk about, huh? I'm sorry I keep doing this, that I have a tendency to disappear every 3 months. But it's for a good reason. Because the form they promised me shall be great, but the transition shall be agonizing. Hi. Oh my god, hi. Hi, everyone. Straxtos, thank you for the sub. Femi, thank you for the sub. Oh! Well, I am very happy that you guys got to see that. That's one of the things that I spent so long working on, by the way. 2D animation takes time. I gotta animate a character. Who designed this character? Are you kidding me? Are you out of your mind? Thank you. Yeah, I took off work since like the start of April to make this happen. And it was not easy. And it was so hard. I figured that's why I did it. Well, you should try engaging with the stream in other kinds of ways, because here's a secret for you. I have a secret for you. There's a total of 7 things like that you can trigger. But really 4. I'm not gonna pretend like it's 7. It's 4, you know. I don't think it needs padding. Give him $100 now. Wait. This was like, I was on call, Funbill. I was on call like hours before I went live, and I was like trying to get like all the last things done. I'm like, oh yeah, I gotta get the $100 thing. I gotta get that done. And Max is like, no one's gonna do that. That's so mean. You cannot say nobody's gonna do it and then try to get people to do it, because nothing's going to happen. People are gonna catch me in a lie. Whatever, man. I put together like a whole fucking playlist here. Let's get this going. Because there are certain things that I don't need to wait around for chat to show you guys. This is a whole thing. This is a whole exciting. Oh, this is a great time for this not to load. Okay, wait a second. Wait, we're good. Okay. Guys, come look at this background. Do you like my room? I'm so tiny. Give me over here. I'm just like, you cannot fucking see that behind chat. Hi. There's a nicely rendered like cup here, but I guess you can't really see that over there. Guys, where are we? What is this place? There's been a lot of what is this place going on in my life lately. There's gonna be like a lot of like fun story time to do later. You should put some railings around the couch pit. It's a conversation pit. You step into it because it's like a couch, and there's pillows, and there's a big plushie. Guys, can you count? End of question. There's so many like plushies and like outfits and like little things in the background. Oh man, it took so fucking long. Like, I'm not even at the point where I can look at this and like, wow, I'm finally at the end of my journey. I'm done making all of this stuff. I look at it and I get mad. Because I'm just reminded of all the bullshit. But do we like it? Do we like it? Is this cute? The pissed off animal. Knowing you are absolutely tripping into the conversation pit flat on your face in the middle of the night. You don't think I have a nightlight? Spraining my ankle in the conversation pit because there's no... It's not that bad, is it? The OSHA violation? Well, maybe it won't be so weird to break my ankles because I have catboy feet. I have digitigrade legs, so it's actually awesome for me specifically to fall down in that hole. Oh god, where to begin? I have not had a lot of time to like rehearse or like structure this conversation, but there is like stuff to get to. You guys want to look at the model? You guys want to look at toggles? Because many of you were definitely like here. I streamed a lot of the process of making this. Other things are new. Let's get into it. Oh, it's okay because you can fly. Dude, that's gonna be... Do you think that's my Tomodachi life quirk? You can make people just like float instead of walk. I thought you had 26 hours. I had 16 days and it still wasn't enough. And I'll tell you, that was not the only night that I crunched. It gets worse. Hype train succeeded. I got loot. I have to click open on a box. I've never seen this before. That's an all-time record shattered. And it gave me this. It gave me a thing that says choo choo. Well, that goes to show. That goes to, like, I don't know what this is. Let's get really hyper. Where do you guys want to start? I know a way to get hyper. Wait a second. Did somebody say get hyper? Did somebody say get hyper? Dude, the fucking... I feel so bad that I forgot that thing's name. The Hubert! The Hubert from Rhythm Heaven! Shut up, man. Well, I guess I'll go away. I guess if I'm not needed anymore, I guess it's okay. Oh, a devastation animal. Now you got a hard pivot to Rhythm Heaven. We'll get to it. So here's the thing. A lot of you guys have seen the base model, and that might not be new to too many people. Yeah. We can just like run through a whole bunch more of these. One of my investments that I made while getting ready for this was like a stream deck. And let me tell you, this is my opinion about having gotten one, is the utility of those is like very hypothetical, you know? It's like, I can think of how I'd use it, but it doesn't quite feel like a confident thing at first, and then you start putting things on those buttons, and it all comes together. So what's great for me is that I have a bunch of buttons for VTuber toggles, because that is, I don't have a keyboard with like a numpad or anything, so that's been super awesome for me. What other buttons are here? I got this. You guys like this? Hey, can we actually, I don't know if it's just me, but does anybody else feel like we should like keep the hype train going, or is that just me? I figured it was mandatory for VTubing stuff. The 80%ler. Okay. Wait. And that's one column, and I have it so neatly organized with my little like columns of labels and icons. But I have this one. This one's cute. I'm shocked that you guys have not seen. I feel like I stopped early when I was like showing you guys the progress of this model. I kept going for a really long time, and I would even say that it was so hard. Guys, I have been up for 26 hours, and I had 1 hour of sleep. Is your TR off center on purpose? Well, it's a good thing I have a reset button. Ah! I'm all better. Yeah, it's off-center on purpose. I wanted to have more of like a... And this is just down to me being like a self-taught rigger, which I'm sure is a kind of category you can get on BDSM test, but, I wanted the tiara to like be going like around the back of the ear and for it to seem like a little more grounded on the head, but, when you tilt your head, when I tilt my head, that's gonna take some getting used to about speaking about this thing in very intentional first person. But my ears are so floppy, which is so cute, but it exceeds what the tiara can do, so I chose to have the floppy ears. That's what I sacrificed. Not the running makeup toggle, of course you would. I could swear you guys knew about this. What do you mean you guys didn't know about this? Whatever, man. Wait! Oh, okay, I know what you guys definitely have not seen. Okay. Check this out. There is going to be... one problem, and you'll notice that one's kind of very slow to act, and then that one's a little more normal. I have different, like, arm poses. If I want, I can do, like both paws up. And that's really cute. But honestly, like, the one hand up and then the one hand on the hip, like, that's... I don't know. There's something about this that seems so... He's so sophisticated. I mean, I'm? Question mark? Would the tiara have to be set up as a third ear for movement? I just don't think I would want it to move that aggressively. Because my ears are moving all over the place whenever, like, I emote or I blink and I tilt my head. Like, that's a lot to keep up with. And I just don't think it would be sliding around in my head a lot. So, I think I made the right compromises. I'm sure if I knew, like, a smarter rigger who could do this for me, who has done this more than 0 times in their life, you know, they'd know their way around. It's cunty. Why, thank you. There might have been some of the, like, 50 hours of streams for it I did not actually see. You're right, my bad. Well, the arms are definitely new. Like, there was a lot that I think I just stopped when I reached, like, a minimum viable component, or a product. But the, I always follow the ABCs. Always. Always be cunty. I was trying to make it into something about, like, that the work is never over and I'm always making more assets, but I couldn't stick the landing. For obvious reasons. Need I remind you? Okay, yeah. What else is up? Dude, have any of you guys, like, played Cyveriar on the Dreamcast? Well, I guess this would be Cyveriar 2. That one's tight. Like, I was able to... I have to be very careful because I'm in the company of somebody who takes shmups so much more seriously than I am. But I was able to, like, you know, get to the end of a run, you know, in like a couple of days, you know, a couple of afternoons. That's a good one. And also, well, of course, the tunes that are so fun to bang out. Oh! I know what you guys need to see. Ah! You know, if you don't like the crown, then maybe I'll get rid of it. And if you don't like the ponytail, maybe I'll get rid of it. He looks so naked without these things. He can have the ponytail back at least. There's something else here. That transition is like, yeah, the speeds of these transitions are like very testy. And I don't know why some of them are fast and why some of them are slow. But yes, I can put my tail up and I can swish it. And it's so cute! You only get the crown when you're doing well in a game. Oh, fuck. Well, then we're not going to be seeing it around for a while. Hello, has anybody seen my crown? I lost it. I lost my crown. Kind of, actually. But we'll get into that. And then, I don't know. You can kind of... I got a sword down there. That can go away too if need be. And oh my god! And that's my toggles for now. You dropped this, King? Oh! Oh wait, well thank you. Straxos, what would I do without you? So guys, I think it's time that we get to other cool stuff to look at. Mario 64 teleport sound. I should, they, like, just added, like, an update to VTube Studio that, like, lets you add, like, sounds to stuff. I think you've had, like, on-demand sounds for a while, but there's, like, dynamic sounds you can do. So if I really wanted to be, like, super fucking annoying, I could make my collar jingle. I wouldn't do that, though. But it's a nice thought. Always remember, the streams can always get noisier. And if you're new here, then inevitably they will. Okay, let's figure out how to, like, pull something up. Do you guys want to figure out how to pull something up? I'm gonna check something here. I have for you, a special presentation. The thing is, I just, like, don't know what the fuck I'm doing when it comes to, like, using Keynote, and it does take up both displays, and it might be a little bit annoying to, like, try and multitask these things. So I'm gonna see if there's, like, a setting so that it doesn't take over my other displays, and then maybe we'll be happy. Enable presenter display in full screen. Well, I think it's that I should untick. And if I could just, like, press play, and it shows up in one thing, it still blacks out my other screen! Well, I can't see myself then. Oh, that's scary. Do you think we should do it? The music sounds very encouraging. I think I might have to, like, do this blind. But then I'm not even gonna be able to see chat. I wanna see if there's a way... Can you just, like, run this, like, in a window? Okay. This is our serious, like boss battle. I'm sorry. I was not expecting this to be, like a hiccup of all things. How to view a Keynote... I typed how to a view. How to view a Keynote presentation. Not in full screen, I type in all caps. Can you believe this? The only options I have are video tutorials. Bro, not during the debut! We can't be having this happen! Yeah, I can actually. God, forgive me. God, forgive me. I fucking closed it. I closed the window and now I have to look up the exact same how to... I'm gonna scream. I'm gonna scream. Play a presentation on a separate display. No. Mercifully, I found help on an Apple article that is not a video, but it will not stop talking about the way in which it is annoying me specifically being a feature. I don't think God will help you anymore. Well, I've known that for some time. I didn't need to be a Capoid to know that. Wait, turn mirroring off. Oh, that's like for displays. Guys, I think I gotta raw dog it. I think I just have to like not see chat or myself while I do this. Which sounds like fucking psycho. Which sounds psycho to me. What is happening? Keynote. Keynote, take the wheel. So wait, do we use Astra or Fel as a shortened name? You can actually use both. Either or is fine if you want. This and more will be answered in the slideshow. So I guess I'll get the music back on, and I guess we'll get into it. And I guess I'll never see you again. I don't know if I'm gonna come out the other side of this alive. I'm so scared. I can't fucking see anything, bro! Okay. Well, the first step. This is the first time I've ever done this. Please be patient. But check this out. I've got a little, this is our first look at like my funny stream view. And I have a thing for chat, and I have a thing for a background, and I have a thing of me in the corner. And if I go in here, bam, I can swap it to like a 4x3 thing, like quite easily. I wonder why. I wonder why this might come in handy. Let's continue thinking about these things. Well, okay. So let's get my damn ass computer up here. I can't believe I'm fucking doing this. I can't believe I'm being reduced to this. Oh, but it's okay. It's okay because Aerith Sea Night just came on. And I was so angry, but I'm better now. I'm so... This is just not how I prefer to do anything, and I have to learn how to do it for the... But then once I learn it, I'll never have to do it again, so that makes me happy. Which makes me happy, as I sure would like to see them go to hell someday. We can't start with the fucking YouTube poops at this hour. Well, I'm gonna look at chat one last time. It was nice seeing you. It was nice seeing you all. I hope, that you enjoyed the debut. I don't know if I'm gonna come back. I don't know if there's gonna be, like, a tomorrow, but... Fuck! I'm gonna be okay. I'm gonna be okay. That one. Okay. Okay. I'm pressing it. I'm hitting the fucking button. I'm hitting the fucking button. Okay? Okay? God! Well, I'm going to have to assume that you guys all see this, and it's nice enough. Yeah, so welcome to my debut. This is what people do, I guess. And I looked at it and I thought it would be fun, so I did it. Let's get into it. About me. Everybody knows this shit already, man, but, yeah. Back when I was working on this, we hadn't even, like, decided for, like, what a good, like, VTuber name would be. And Astraphel was one of the things being, like, volleyed around a lot. I think that was, Jackie's suggestion. Means lover of the stars. And yes! I, too, have asked the very same questions. Wait a second. I just realized that I can reach for my phone. And I can pull up Twitch chat on my phone, and then that'll be, like, good enough. That'll help me in this desperate, dire time. And I can even see, like, a screen that's not blacked out? That's useful. That's a start. God, imagine that. I don't need this shit right now. I don't need this shit right now. Okay, what are the people saying on my, 5 seconds into my first slide? Are you an attack or special attacker? I mean, I've got a sword. I think it's, like, just normal attack, but it's a pretty cool sword, so... Like, there is something special about it, to be sure. I am 5'4". And yes, I don't know if you guys have, like, noticed, meow, and by the way, I'm a cat boy. My birthday, August 23rd. My star sign, I honestly don't fucking know. That specific date is, like, right on the cusp of, like... I've thought very earnestly that I was, like, 3 completely different star signs at, like, different points in my life. And whenever people, like, hear what I think I am, they're like, oh, that makes so much sense. But it's been 3 different things. So, I mean, I think it'd be cute to know what mine is. At this point, I just throw my hands up in the air. I just don't know anymore. Yanopi, hi! You contain multitudes, bro? Is that true? I did not write down I contain multitudes in the lore. I'm so fucked. And my hair color is bluish black. Okay, so, why VTubing? There are sections of this where I am just going to talk in front of a slide. Yeah. I don't know if everybody was here when, like, this first happened, but there was a Mario Kart World stream that I did, where I was catching up, over an anime convention I just went to. And I'd never been to a con, and I had a really good time, and you know, there were so many panels and I had some time to kill, and there was one that I went to that was like, oh, about VTubing and like how to get into it and just kind of talking the tools of the trade. And it just like seemed like really cool to me. And it's like, oh, I think I could do that, and I think it would be cool to do. And I think at first I just kind of like liked the idea of picking up the skill and figuring out like how to make a model and how to rig something and you know, and to make a character. And then I just kind of like took it and ran. So we can hit this. And so the first thing that crossed my mind is, well, you know, I don't make OCs too often. What is it even that I like? And so I started, you know, writing down on the whiteboard every boy in the fucking world. Dude, Noi Kamazawa, we have not gotten the chance to talk about Kanzai Princess Kaguya. Oh, Noi Kamazawa is so cute. That's a pretty fucking good movie. I had a good time with it. And so column on the left. This is stuff that I like in like fictional men that like I identify with. Stuff on the right is like, okay, this is like the things that I find like attractive in other fictional men. You put those things together, holy fucking moly. I just realized that I'm still probably front and center. Let's get back in gameplay. That's gay sex, baby. And then here's a speed paint I did. Right, I had all of this turning around in my head while I was at the anime convention, and then I got home and I just like started throwing some ideas down. It's like, okay, I know these things that I like. What would be like the most evil thing that would happen if it just like indulged all the way? Speaking of indulging all the way, listen, when you get used to drawing characters and it becomes routine, it also becomes routine to not leave the crotch. I don't know. I saw that and I'm like, well, I want to show this, but I can't show that. It happens. And you think whatever you want of me. Cancel me if you want. It'll happen to you one day, okay? It'll catch up to you when you least expect it. But anyways, isn't this so cute? Isn't this such a cute design? There was something that came up for a split second there where there was kind of like some like laurels around his tail, and it was like this very like bright bluish green. That's actually a cool color accent. That like plays really well off of like the dark purples. It's a shame I didn't find a way to put that in, but it would have distracted. Day one canceled, got it. No. That's not it. And then if you weren't aware, this is what I'm alluding to. I did like a whole stream series. All right, people have been wondering. I would get asked this like while I was working on this model. They would say, so what's his story, you know? And I have a very lovely friend named Winoa who was happy to help me with this. And we did figure something out. And so I'm proud to present to you, well, the thing that happened. Who is that person in the corner of those thumbnails? How should I know? I was just born yesterday. Welcome to Earth. But this Earth is different. This is the world of cat boys. Gay cat boys. Okay, some women. Okay, some girls. Okay, I said some! This is the world of gay cat everybody. Okay, it's fine. This is the part where like I had shit written down and it's like, boy, this is just like a bunch of slides. So this is gonna be another me talking about stuff. Okay. Hear me out. Please don't yell at me. Cancel me if you want. What if each phase of the moon was like a different place? Like there's more than one place. Okay? Turn this around in your head for a little bit. Because if you go there, something crazy happens. And I wouldn't have known for the longest time. Because I was very explicitly told not to by my Okay, I guess we'll get it out of the way. Okay, I guess I just so happened to be the youngest prince of the royal family, okay? I said I was a piece of shit, but I'm not anymore. I said I was a piece of shit. People can change. I'm starting to think the baby thinks people can't change. So don't worry. I hate that shit. And I actually, you could say that I absconded kind of to piss them off on purpose. And when I wound up on the moon that I reside on, guys, do you want to guess which moon I'm on? Don't answer, because it's the dark moon. And so all I was ever told was that this is a fucking forbidden place. But then when I got here, I realized, oh shit, there's like other people here. That like they just don't tell you about. And it turns out everybody there also hates the royal family. That took a second to smooth over. But basically, we're chill. Because that sword that I was talking about earlier is like definitely pointed back at the royal family now. And this is, if I wasn't too terrified to glance back at the room scene in OBS for like even just a split moment, that's my base of operations. This is where I broadcast, and my hopes of recruiting other people to join the cause. Which I think should be pretty easy, but I do need to be very clear about something right away. If you do want to don the uniform of the Resistance, you do need to put on the thigh highs and skirt. It is not optional. So I don't know. That's the story with that, and now we may move on. Fuck it, man. Here's some likes and dislikes. I don't think we would get nearly this far if drawing anime boys parentheses yaoi was not like self-evident. I like game development and console games and picking up new hobbies and skills, which is kind of like where all of this came from. Kind of about every year I learn like one like major thing, and I guess this is like the thing of the year that I did, and there's gonna be a whole lot more of that to figure out as we go on, and cosplay. I have the one thing I have like some old cosplay buddies. I had so many old friends that go back to the days when like Fire Emblem Fates was the newest one. And it was just kind of starting to fall from its peak in terms of like the Fates fandom. And so I had a buddy who was like, hey, I'm not like using this outfit anymore. Do you want it? And I say, hell yeah. And so I have like the maid uniform, the maid class uniform from that game. And it's so cute. But please trust me when I say that I have such grander ambitions. Dislikes. Let's get into it. Drawing physically, we can go back to that speed paint if need be. I am always moving shit around and scaling things like kind of piece by piece rather than like holistically making like a well-proportioned thing. It's not even about not having an undo tool or not having like, you know, quick erase. I would draw a very misshapen creature if I had to draw on paper. I dislike scary things. Do not ask about the $100 donation. Dislikes straight hetero people. Rah! I'm not gonna say that I have zero patience for scripting / bug fixing / troubleshooting. Apparently this has become such a plague on some people's souls that they actually have to like obliterate their soul on the altar of fixing bugs. Because I'll tell you what, that shit sucks. I have never once been tempted to use like AI coding tools. I don't think so. Dislikes, I'm sorry. Keynote is not the only stupid piece of software I've ran on my computer. Like, sometimes I'll open a game and I will just be like, I think I'm going to shut off your 3 other displays now, and I'm going to only run on one. It's like, you don't need all of that. Let me use my other shit. I don't know. I guess what I dislike more is the futzing of it. Because I feel hated by PC games. I feel very antagonized. And you'll notice that in terms of like literally trying to get Keynote to do what I want, like that is a battle that I straight up lost. Okay, can we mourn that that was a battle that I lost against a fucking slideshow software, okay? Games are too complicated of a software. But it's okay. It's okay, I can handle that. But what I really can't stand is pickles, okay? I had a burger for the first time earlier this year. And I always assumed that that would be the one scenario in which pickles would finally be, like, sold to me. I'm like, hell no, take that shit out! I don't know, I think it's just, like, the brine. Like, anything that's pickled, I have, like, a real aversion to, because, I know so many people who love those salt and vinegar chips more than anything else, and even those kind of, like, rub me the wrong way. Oh my god, I remember, a couple of boyfriends ago now, I was on a trip with somebody out in the mountains. It was quite romantic. And we were having a really nice time, but at some point or another, we stopped off for snacks, and he got some salt and vinegar chips, and we both forgot that when he kissed me, and I feel so bad about this. Like, he had such he felt very hurt when I went, I can't fucking stand that taste. I can't stand that taste. Anyways, we move on. Favorite stuff. All of this is so fucking obvious to anybody who knows me. I don't think we even need to dwell on it that much. Dude, I'm so fucking excited. We still don't have a release date on that new Fire Emblem. You know I'm gonna stream the fuck out of that shit. There was already the Yuritsa guy. Oh, what's his name? Not Alucard. I feel so ashamed, because I definitely did formerly know this guy's name. We can refer back to the slides once we're at the end of this. Oh, that's killing me. I feel like such a bad Fujoshi. These are, like, extremely honest VTuber recommendations, by the way. Like, I'm sorry there's, like, so much Nyato in here. Velkian is, like, actually so entertaining and easy to watch. And Sova actually, like, does a lot of really interesting work that I just straight up have not seen other VTubers really doing. So I like what he's doing in that space. And I learn a lot of interesting French things from him. And then Joy has, like, such, like, an amazing sense of style, and I'm so jealous. And then Cyberpunk is like an incredible, like, rigor. Like, I've never seen anybody work like that guy. And then Shimiyu is also another really good artist, and, like, let's be honest here, I'm a femboy VTuber. Of course I know who Line Chu is. Okay, moving on. Okay, upcoming games. This is exciting. This is, like, we've been doing a lot of stuff that people already know. It's like, okay, hurry it along. Okay, well, here's something you don't know. Later tonight, we're gonna be starting Tomodachi Life, Living the Dream. That's gonna be on our schedule. We're gonna be getting on Kirby and the Forgotten Land Nintendo Switch 2 Edition plus Starcross World. Fuck you for making me say the full name of that. Here's what else is coming. Castlevania, Symphony of the Night. And this is why I wanted to talk about this earlier, when Rhythm Heaven came up. Tomodachi Life and Rhythm Heaven are both Switch 1 games. And they were both announced, like, kind of at the same time. They were like, oh yeah, we're not doing game vouchers anymore. I'm like, all right, tight. The last 2 Switch 1 games ever. I'll get some Switch 1 game vouchers, save a little bit of money. Pre-orders from Rhythm Heaven just went up a few days ago. Vouchers are not supported. We're so fucking fucked. So actually, there's gonna be a different new game for us to decide to play, because I've got to figure out something else to use that voucher on. And to be quite honest, I'm very undecided. We're so fucking fucked. Freedom Planet 2, unironically dead in a ditch, but at least Kirby. Okay, here's the thing. As far as the streaming that I've been doing before, and you can tell me what you think about this idea, okay? You can tell me what you think about this idea. What if I still wanted to finish the playthroughs that I was in the middle of, which I think is just Freedom Planet 2 and Hyrule Warriors. I think that was literally it. And maybe there's, like, one night a week for a little bit as like a transition period, and we can call them White Boy Wednesdays, where the VTuber model gets turned back off, and I just only just to finish those games, okay? Just to finish those games, and then we never have to talk about it again. But I feel bad, like, not finishing them, and I would feel bad, like, starting the playthrough in this VTuber world, like, in the middle of it, that I wouldn't just be, like, having, like a from the beginning thing. I don't know. I'm not 100% figured out on it, but I want to know what you guys think. He reverts. Alucard, my beloved. Femi. Here's the thing. You and I have been talking about Alucard for years. I remember like playing fucking Metroid Prime for the first time. Like, what was that, 2020? And you were telling me about Alucard? Interesting developments since then. My vampiric then boyfriend introduced me to a lot of Castlevania stuff. And yes, I watched all 4 seasons of that thing. And yes, we are still going to watch the next 4 seasons of I know that the next one that they're doing, that one's an adaptation of Rondo of Blood, but what's that show actually called? Castlevania Nocturne? I think that's the one. So basically, I've developed a very acute interest in Alucard, and it's like, okay, I get you. I want to see more. But we can talk about all that later. And you know, and let's not Dietrich. Okay, I don't have to look back at it. I remember now. I remember the name of the cute goth boy from Fire Emblem Fortune's Weave. His name is Dietrich. Oh my fucking god. Phew! Funny story about that. In between binging episodes of Castlevania in his very gothic bedroom, beneath black wrought iron and princess canopies, I got his ass on the Fire Emblem wiki, and I'm like, we gotta figure out what boys that you like. And I think I remember he liked Tsubaki from Birthright, and he's like, I don't really like too many of the Conquest characters. Really surprising given the aesthetics. But he did say that, like, yeah, out of these, I would say that Keaton is the best character design. That was awesome. But then we were both talking about how excited we were for Dietrich, and we started looking at pictures of Dietrich, and we got so excited we just started making out about it. It was fucking awesome. This is what Fire Emblem should be doing to more people. That's all I'm saying. Fun facts, let's get into it. I've been streaming since 2018. Many here know this, I have alluded to it plenty. I cannot believe that, okay, since 2018, that's like a fact that I can accept. That 2018 was like 8 years ago is not right. Something is very wrong here, okay? I've known about femboy stuff like since like 2014. And I definitely knew that it's like, oh, this is like my thing, you know? But I only actually started pursuing it in late 2023. This is a fact that gets whipped out every time I'm talking to someone new, because they never believe it is the thing. I ate a banana for the first time on March 27th, 2025, and yes, I have the timestamps because I didn't know how long to wait until it was ripe. And so every single day I would send like daily pictures to my friend and be like, not yet, hold. And I'd be like the next day, I'm like, okay, now, hold. And like one more picture, okay, go! It's been like maybe 6 months since I had a banana though. I don't know why this is so important to me, but it's like, I don't know. I feel like once I started living on my own, that was like very emblematic to me of like, oh my, like, Jesus, yeah, I am so sheltered. But it's okay because I started estrogen on October 31st. Yippee! And we're so happy about it. Unripe banana is kind of good though. I'll go for an unripe banana. I won't complain about it, but the boost from how much better a ripe banana is, like, shit, I'll wait. I'll happily wait. I'll easily wait. What else? I just learned to cook steak last week. Like, there are, like, I think I'm a pretty decent cook. There's, like, a decent amount of my repertoire. Steak was just, like, always really intimidating to me because it's, like, so expensive. I was hanging out with my buddy Robin, when I did this. Well, I didn't know how to do it, so I learned it and I did it. And I think I actually have some, like, one spare serving in the freezer right now. That shit is so juicy. My god. I took a bite of that shit and I screamed. I was not prepared. What else? Hey, look at this fucking thing. This is based on a true story. You may recognize it from the background of my room that I daren't click back to. They make official life-size Sylveon plushies, and yes, I got one of them. The strange thing is, though, I got it like a month earlier than I was supposed to, and it was actually very scary. I can't recommend, like, this and my Stream Deck cost like roughly the same amount of money. Ask yourself which is right for you. But that's been an exciting member of my family, I suppose. I adopted that thing. Or frankly, it adopted me. That thing's bigger than me. About 1.5 years ago, a 2-ripe banana critted me, and I haven't touched one since. That can happen? That hasn't happened to me yet. Wait, no, I'm scared now. I'm scared. How do you cook it? On its side. I use, I still need to get more avocado oil, I think, because I used up the last bit on this. Yeah, you just oil the pan with some of that, and then you sear it. And then when it's good enough, you flip it, and you sear it some more. And then, I had some rosemary and thyme, and I'll tell you what my secret was, is I was missing one of those things. I knew that I wanted to use rosemary and thyme, but I was missing one of them. Or maybe it was basil. One of those 3 is not supposed to be there, and I can't tell you which. Point being, I improvised, and I'm like, oh, I have, like, this kind of, like, holiday turkey seasoning. That has, like, what I need in it. I'll give that a shot, and I'll see if it works. It was kind of a gamble. That really paid off. But yeah, so I do, like, base seasoning with, like, black pepper, and, like, Montreal steak spice, like, at first. And then I'll come back in with, like, more seasoning, like, later, like, once it's, like, almost done. And then I'll throw some butter in the pan, and I'll just kind of start, like, splashing. I'll splash it around a little bit. Oh, but I guess you mean by how do you cook it? Yeah, medium rare. Medium rare is what I have. And mine was, mine came out a little bit too rare, and I was scared. But I was okay about it, so yay. So you do a sear and not a reverse sear. A reverse sear? There's more to the world of steak that I do not know. I would be happy to learn about the difference. I don't think I do have a cast iron. I just have a non-stick. Hey, this Goals slide has been sitting here a while. Goals, cosplay more. I'm not just talking about that maid dress, man. Like, I think, and this still remains true, my white whale, I want, like, as long as I'm, like, wishing for anything in the world, I would love, like a I'm not talking about one of these, like, pre-made things you can find on, like, eBay for, like, $80. But, like, if I had, like, a nice, like handmade, custom-made, like, thing, yes, of Corin, I would be so happy. I would just be so happy. But, you know, and other things, too. Cosplay is fun. I want to become more knowledgeable about clothes and fashion and skincare and makeup. I've only, like, been living on my own for, like, a year, and me, like, pursuing, like, my gender stuff as I want to express it, has been such a, like, a rewarding adventure, because I've always, like, known that this is stuff that I wanted to do. I just didn't know where to start, and so that's been really good for me, and I want to continue knowing more about it. It's awesome. It's awesome. Would recommend. My ass has got to get on SERMs, okay? I was talking about, oh yay, I've been on estrogen since October 31st, yay! I am being so fucking serious. If you do not know what SERMs is, it's the part that stops the boobs. And as you know, the nature of the gender expression, that I am taking estrogen in order to pursue, in order to have, I don't know, like a cute enough level, like I'm not bothered by it, but it's like, sometimes I worry that I'll get bothered. So that is a very urgent goal for me, we shall say. There's not like a timeline on any of this. It's not like oh, this is what I want to get done by the end of the year. But it'll be nice. These are things that are on my mind. I want to collab with, like, other streamers and VTubers more often. Because I have, like, so many friends that, like, do this stuff. And it seems so easy and so obvious. And like, yeah, we should totally do something sometime. I don't think that happens enough. So I think, I should hope that, now that like I've entered this phase of doing this, and we'll see how it keeps going along, that, you know, hey, I'll do what I can, and hopefully some of that comes to fruition. I think this is a very easily achievable thing on this list, honestly. At German Knight 85. I figured you'd have to start taking that at the same time. No, I was on blockers for maybe like a almost a full year, and by almost a full year I mean like maybe half, before I went on E. Because blockers are a lot easier to get, and then estrogen is like, okay, you gotta like speak to somebody about this. But SERMs are like an even higher level than that, where it's like, the clinic that I've been going to, it's like, oh, we're just like a bunch of family doctors, and so we're not like qualified, we're not allowed to prescribe that. So we're gonna have to refer you. And the place that they're referring me to, I'm not gonna get seen until like August, okay? And who knows how much longer it's gonna be until I actually get a hold of you know, how many appointments it's going to be until I actually like get what I'm there for. Anyways, you guys will know when that happens, because I'll be so happy about it. Here's the thing though, for my friends who are not streamers or VTubers yet, your days are numbered, okay? I have specifically 2 friends that I've been talking to a lot about, like, oh, you know, I learned how to do it this summer, and to be honest, I am lying when I say this. I'm like, oh, it's so much fun, oh, you should do it too, where it's like, the idea of the end result of that is nice, but it's like, saying it's fun and you should do it, this is my fault, and I do need to like admit this and apologize, is a mean thing to do to somebody. It's a mean thing to do to somebody. But it might be nice. Dude, Table at Convention. That fucking anime con that I was at earlier, had such an amazing artist's alley. And, you know, this is already so much of what I do, and I have so many artists friends, and they make merch, and they do tabling in this exact way. And yeah, now that I've actually been there and like felt the energy in a place like that, it's super cool. I'd really like to be able to do that one day, and then maybe I can sell like more than 3 Keaton mouse pads a year, maybe, and also finish my game. This probably will not come up very often, but I am quietly whittling away on a game. Every now and again, I whittle away on it. It's still not done. It's still not done. And I got a very threatening message that apparently something about the development environment about that is changing. And I don't know what yet, so that'll be exciting. Dude, let's look at some art. Let's look at some art. Speaking of friends, speaking of besties, get a load of that one. Get a load of this one. Get a load of that one. But wait, and you might recognize this from a certain PFP. Get a load of that one. These are such lovely pictures. And I just had these before I even debuted. So this is so nice. This should be everybody's like blue sky information. If I am incorrect about any of this, just like let me know. Oh, okay, I'll just like put like the updated link in the chat or whatever. That's cool. Q&A. This is great. We can talk about steak. We can talk about whether I have special attack. Just in case, I have prepared like a few questions just kind of to warm us up. Favorite Pokemon? Braixen. Easy. Dude, check the emotes. Are you stupid? Check the emotes. What's the best YouTube poop? I thought about this long and hard because I think the go-to answer for so many people is like always Fesh Pints. But there was something that popped into my head that really like excited me, that I was able to come up with this as an answer. If you have not seen this series of YouTube poops, and yes, I mean series, may I suggest to you, may I introduce to you, Grandma Got Absolutely Pulped by a Reindeer, parts 1, 2, and 3. There's a 4th part apparently coming out later this year. We will discuss this. This is like as anticipated as like the next Fire Emblem to me, honestly. Like even just like thinking about some of the bits from that series, like it's a real cognito hazard because I can just think about it and then I already like can't breathe. Just like that instantly. It's scary. Coke or Pepsi? I have had both exactly once. I had Coke in 2024 and Pepsi in 2025. And I don't know, I would need to try it more often. But I think I'm just too much of a water person to get like super into a soda. Now, if you gave me like some Orange Crush, and you let me mix that with a little bit of vodka, make a screwdriver, now we're talking, okay? But Coke and Pepsi, ain't alright. Have you worn wigs? Maybe. It is so funny that I have now twice been in a situation where it's like, I've been in a relationship with somebody who has a Facebook account and still uses it, while I have been aware that, like, the place to go where I live for commissioning cosplay, like, style, like, wigs of, like, this exact nature, that business is done on Facebook. I don't have a Meta account. I am not getting a Meta account. I have been in a situation twice where I can, like, leverage the relationship I have with somebody to get them to, like, do that for me, and I simply haven't. So that's unfortunate. It's a tentative, maybe. Hey, here's some credits. I don't think I even mentioned who the fucking VTuber that did that panel was. Hazumi Eileen. She's cool. Merely Wufe. If you were there for that, like, VTuber, the marathon, the VTuber marathon that I did, and I always had these tutorials that I was putting on, yo, Merely Wufe saved my fucking life. Nobody does it better. So if you're looking how to do this, like, literally from scratch, that series is really gonna get you most of the way there. And I'm, like, absolutely 100% serious. You know, if you've got 100 hours to kill. Robin helped me, Rice Cream Art, with the background, in, like, the bedroom. It was looking a little plainer earlier, and I asked her, what are some ways to kind of spruce this up? And then we kind of worked on that together, and she was really a huge help with that. Shout out to FX111. These are also all Blue Sky names, by the way. I'm sorry I didn't put like @ or .bsky.social. That's what all these are. This like CSS. This CSS on the side, I was really having a tricky time with. Where I was like almost there, but the containers for like the chat messages in particular were like not scaling properly. Frankie sorted that out straight away. And then Delinquent Duet, this is Wanoa. This is my friend who helped me with like the lore stuff. And so basically, we're done. Oh my god, we're fucking free, and I can go home. Take my ass to just chatting. Oh, it's nice being able to see myself again. Don't you think? I'm closing Keynote. Seeing this shit, like, open, like, is, like, scaring me. Like, I just feel kind of... Where did my chat window go? My chat window is here. Okay. I just gave some suggestions. Well, they were good suggestions! Okay, look at the curtains, look at the flags. It's nice. I think this looks like so much more spruced up than it did before you came along. I was not happy with it until you helped, Robin. That's totally worth credit. Come on now. Man, Penny's Big Breakaway is so cool. I can't recommend that enough, honestly. I did a streaming playthrough of that last year on the old channel. But I've been playing like a lot of that like on my own time. That is a very fun game to like score attack in and like to chain stuff. It's good. Why does the little window that I have for Twitch chat, it becomes completely wide. Like I make it skinny on purpose and then it undoes itself. See, a console wouldn't do this. That's all I'm saying. Well, a console would have a Twitch app and then they'd fucking shut it down is what they do. Okay. Whatever. Oh, it's a good tune though. It's a good tune. Okay, well, now what? We have 1 hour until Tomodachi Life Living the Dream actually drops. I'm gonna, before too many more chat bubbles come up, I am gonna go and just kind of, I don't even need to like pretend to drink water. This I could just. So that's a good step one. 1 hour until Humorous Apocalypse. How many of you guys are gonna get Tomodachi Life? Because I know a lot of friends who still don't have a Switch 2. But like this being a Switch 1 is like, this is like an exciting thing for all of us, you know? Like it doesn't matter. We all get to take part. This room is organized because I organized it. I don't know. I'm pretty good about laundry. I know that it's like, this is a classical thing to be like a laundry hater. I don't know. I think this is the same reason that like I don't take my phone in the shower. I just really like, I value the times of the day when like I get to let my mind wander about stuff. I feel like that's good for me. It's therapeutic, it's relaxing. So I don't know. I do often like do my batches of laundry in like a big load at once. But from there, you know, and then it's fun to do it. Now ironing shit is different. I don't have too much that like I need to iron anyways. I'm not especially good at it. I need to get better at it. Where it's like I can, but it's like I almost like if I were to iron, like somebody would say, I don't think you should. Like you can, but I don't think you should. My friends, you included, are getting very into it, so I just might let them do it. Yeah, it's been interesting too because it's been so long since the 3DS one that like not everybody coming through is even like a fan of the original, you know? I think it's very interesting to hear about the perspectives from people who are just like, who don't know if they like it yet. Because I remember when I first learned about Tomodachi Life, it just seemed so interesting and I was so curious about it. And now I know that it's like, that it's good for it. But I don't know. What the hell is on right now? What is this music? Oh, I know what this is. Do you know what this is? Do you know what this is? I knew people in high school who did. Yeah. It's I think the biggest difference that I notice in terms of like talking to friends who are like a different age than me is the Nintendo Switch came out like the first year after I graduated high school. And so when I talk to people who like talk about like bringing their Switch to school, I'm like, you're a child. You are so much younger than me. Like we are not the same. We are not the same. I've never been interested in Tomodachi Life. Well, then won't it be so nice to be able to watch a Catboy stream it in about an hour? I prop it on a little ledge to listen to music, but I don't think that's what you mean. Oh, in terms of like taking their phones in the shower. Apparently it is. Apparently, if I were to do it, it wouldn't be weird. But I don't. Very purposefully. Because I need both hands. Okay, no, like, you know, for the cleaning. I just don't think I'd be able to do it one-handed. This is not a good conversation, okay? This is not going anywhere good. I brought my Game Boy and DS to school. I would try, and then I would get in so much fucking trouble when, like, I would, like, get home. And, like, there's a very obvious fucking DS in my pocket. That old fat model. I had the light blue Nintendogs one. That was never any good. I don't know. I get very, I couldn't, even though I live on my own, I get so self-conscious about, like, playing music, like, out of a speaker. I don't think I even, like, had, like, a particularly, like, offensive music taste, but I would get made fun of it, a lot by, like, my friends and family. And so I became, like, super, like, protective and super self-conscious about it, where it's like, oh, I just can't, like, ever be, like, observed, you know? I have to, like, protect myself. It's tricky. I'd like to say that I'm better about it. I continue... The only way in which I'm better about it is I think I'm more willing to talk about the music that I like. But if I'm, like, in a room with somebody and they put on music, I'm like, oh, that's too loud. You're gonna make somebody angry. Like, it's just us. Like, I'm not angry. Are you angry? I'm like, no. Well, then it's fine. But, I get so just, like, paranoid about that like, we're going to upset somebody. Dude, Street Pass. They should have brought that back. Not even for, like, the puzzle pieces, but if there was any sort of, like, near-field features between Switches, I think that'd be nice. I guess that's kind of what GameShare is doing, but I'm just saying there is not, like, an LED light on the system itself that blinks. when you meet a fellow loser. I remember when I was 13 and the 3DS first came out. That was like right when I moved, and I had like no friends, and it was really hard for me. But I was able to make friends like because of Street Pass. And I'm like, oh, there's other people here who like are also fucking losers like me. And then we would both talk about how there's nothing to play on the 3DS. It's like, I got Pilot Wings, okay? Because there was a long period when the 3DS came out where it's like, most of what that thing was for was to watch 3D trailers of games that were not out yet. They had the Dark Moon one, the Luigi's Mansion one, the Paper Mario Sticker Star one, the 3D Land one. I remember all of these. Dude, Nintendo video, let's go. The OK Go music video with the dogs jumping around in 3D. I'll tell you what, as far as like 3D on the 3DS goes, that actually is a good demo. Like there's some good money shots in that one. Nintendo video! Dude, Dinosaur Office, let's fucking go. I can't remember anything else that I watched on Nintendo video. I think they maybe did like some reruns of like the Kirby anime on that, but that's all I can remember. And there might have been like a college humor. There was more college humor stuff than just Dinosaur Office. I think there was something about like a bear and a hunter or something. But it was not Miss Officer and Mr. Truffles, okay? I'm just saying, it was something else. I remember being very intrigued by that at the time, too, though, because it's like, oh, this is 3D, but it's still made with, like, you know, like, 2D flash animation, Toon Boom looking ass. Like, how did they do this? It's crazy that college humor is Dropout now. Is that true? I've heard that name going around. That would make sense. Because, I just thought they got, like, totally slaughtered by Pivot to Video. But it's cool. It's cool if they're back. If you know, if they lived, bitch. Yes. Well, that's cool. Well, then that's cool. Yeah, I'm waiting to get my money back on Miss Officer and Mr. Truffles. God, what's the other one? What was the other one about? Like the All or Nothing. The ace person and like the polyamorous person and their roommates or something. Fuck. Oh man. That owns. Yeah, All or Nothing, All or Nothing. Dude. I'm going to DashCon later this year. Who's coming? Dude, dibs in the ball pit? Okay. This is my like apology thumbnail. Okay, there weren't any litter boxes in the convention hall, and it was fucking empty, and there was nowhere. Okay, I admit it. I was the one who peed in the ball pit. Okay, it's basically it's the same. Plastic balls are just big litter. Okay, what choice did I have? He went to one anime convention. This is what happens. No, what happens is that I go to a fucking Miku concert and it's like incredible and I cry. It's pissing me off though because I forget the name of the song that I cried to, and it's such a famous obvious one. Guard with the clipboard next to the ball pit, playing or peeing. Oh man. No, I am absolutely excited to like get to go to stuff like that more often. Oh, guys, I just remembered something that we can talk about. Wait a minute. I just remembered. No, everybody be normal about this. Having been streaming since 2018, I have been accused of some things in my day. Cancel me if you want. I went to a furry rave last weekend. Like all of this like time that I've been spending like binging on like and crunching on work, I took one night off, okay? I happened to be aware that it was going on and I happened to be near it. and I happened to be single, and I had a very interesting time at the Furry Rave. First of all, so I've not experienced anything even like remotely like this. I think that this was a surprise to me. You can tell me if it's a surprise to you. I saw more furries like smoking than I was like expecting to see. Like, cause the fursuits are so expensive, right? So that seems obvious to me, but I guess, you know, people will smoke in a car. I don't know. And I remember... Oh, wait, yeah, you've totally conceded by now on the furry thing, right? No? Listen, okay. I have always maintained this since day one. What I am doing right now does not stand in any contrast to the things that I have said or claimed to believe, or I mean believed before. That it's just different, okay? It's just different, okay? If I came in here and I had like fucking whiskers, whatever. Do we need to bring this discourse into a new era? We can like leave this behind. You know that's an option, right? Oh my god, it was so funny though, cause it was happening just like at a gay bar, and I was going there, and they were asking like at the door, like, oh, are you just like here, you know, for the bar, or are you here for the furry party? And I remember it being like, the furry thing, and I was like so like shy and nervous and quiet to say it, like embarrassed to say it, but like it's a fucking furry raves and the music is on, and she's like, sorry, what? And I'm like, for the furry thing, and then I had fun. Like whiskers, okay, show the bottom half. Is this what you people want? Is this what people look at my fucking... It's still, I still think this is fine. I think this is cool. And yeah, and even I have pause, whatever, okay? It's not the same thing. It's not the same thing. Can we leave it behind? Can you? It is cool. Yeah, and it's also not a furry thing. I don't know what to tell you. Dude, I can't believe... We can't be arguing over Cosmo Caulfield from Dramatical Murder, okay? That ain't right. Something, like, we have to acknowledge the wrongness in that. The best. Okay, yeah. There was, like a whole schmack of things that were going on. Let me think. The first thing that I learned, I have been to the place where that furry rave was before. I did not know they had a cage, and there were like already like people making out in it. Like the second I walked in the door, it's like that was fast. They had like this giant tennis ball that they were throwing around, and all the puppy girls were going crazy for it. Guys, I don't know how else to say this. Jesus Christ of Nazareth was there. Like a guy who, as far as I know, like, I don't know. I think there is such a thing as, like, if you went up to, like, a furry, and I were to say, like, oh, I like your character that you're dressed up as. It's like, well, no, well, that's me, right? So that was Jesus. Jesus was at the rave. I think that's the polite thing to say. What animal was he? Human. Like, I'm like, no ears, no tail, no fursuit, no nothing. I think the sad thing is though, I do have like a pretty nice tail. I think I have 3 tails actually. I did not wear any of them to that rave. Because the outfit that I was wearing had a high-waisted skirt, and yes, I looked cute, and yes, I got hit on by 3 different women. And I don't know. Like, there's gotta be a place where people are getting, like, cute ears. Because I have tried so hard to be like, okay, Like, if I just wanted ears, and I fucking do, where would I go to find them? And I just can't. I just can't. But someone out there has got the hookup. If you keep Christ in your heart, he can always be there. No, I think he's still in Ohio. So ears and a tail qualify as a furry, huh? Per your own definition. Is that not what I said? No, so there were people in like fursuits there, and there were people who were like just wearing ears and a tail. And they were all there for the furry rave. I'm not there to make any assumptions. Oh my god, it should have been me, man, fuck. Yeah, here's the thing, not only was that place was like the opposite of like whatever a sausage party is. It was like, this is I think why I got like on this subject, because I saw Chris using the Luna crying emote. That building was women who looked like that as far as the eye could see. And let me tell you, it was not just the basement where the rave was happening in. That bar is like 3 stories, and it's all furries who look like this top to bottom. It was a sea. It was a sea of bodies. And unfortunately, like, I'm very flattered. I'm very flattered that that people hitting on me think I'm a cute girl. Given everything that I was talking about with like femboy stuff and like the slideshow, like this is bound to happen, and it's like fine. But like to balance it with like some boys saying this to me would be nice, would be something. But it never happens. It never happens. Boys hate femboys. When you think about it, is Jesus is God's fursuit? Yeah, actually. Yeah. You'll get him next time, Prince. Thank you. Thank you, Blockster. Yeah, no, here's the thing. Like, there's other stuff I can get into that happened here. But to summarize midway through, I think my complete thought about it is that, like, I didn't have a great time, but I definitely had a good time, and I definitely would like go again if another thing like that happened. I don't know. There's like a surprising amount of like furry stuff to do like in the city, and I'm in a Telegram channel that keeps me aware of this. I don't know. Meeting people is cool. I don't know. And we go to dinner sometimes, whatever. It was so sad. The place we've been going to dinner, there used to be like a boy kisser sticker in the bathroom. Like the first time I went, I'm like, oh, that's so cool. And then the next week I was in that same place, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna go to the bathroom. I'm gonna wash it before I eat. And the boy kisser sticker was gone. Somebody ripped that shit off the sink or the toilet paper or whatever it was. Some sort of device on the wall that people like to put stickers on. The boy kisser was gone. Everything else was intact except for that thing. What a cruel world we live in. That ain't right. What else happened? Man, it was funny. I remember at some point seeing like this there was like this particulate in the air, and I'm like, oh, is this like something that they were like releasing on purpose? Because they have like a fog machine and stuff. I'm like, oh, maybe it's like tiny little bubbles or like the glitter or something. No, there were so many fursuits in that one room, and they were like shedding. They were shedding like faux fur like into the air, and you could see like tiny little like particles of it in like a shocking density. So that was crazy. I think being in that room might have shaved 6 months off of my lifespan. And I'm not even talking about, there was a guy there whose fursuit was like a midnight lichen rock. Really nice suit actually. But he had this like really big thing around his neck. This big like rectangular apparatus. That was like the size of like a VHS tape. And I saw him like a couple of times, you know, putting that thing like in his mouth and putting it in like somebody else's mouth. And, you know, I remember, you know, catching this out of the corner of my eye a few times. I'm like, oh, what's going on over there? And I realize that's just a giant fucking vape. Because I know that there is such a thing as like big vapes. I didn't know they made them that big. And what is going to happen if that's not the biggest they make? I'd be worried that it's asbestos if it's an old building. I was wearing a mask, personally. I still do that a lot, very diligently when I'm out in public places. So that might have helped. But that place strikes me as a newer building. I don't think it was that. I think it was definitely like just faux fur coming off of all the fursuits. Man, Untamed Heart is so cool. Oh, and I did mention that there was a tennis ball, and I did mention that Jesus was there. I did not connect these two pieces, and yes, Jesus Christ of Nazareth passed me the tennis ball. Everyone was in a big circle, passing it around. And, it was so fucking stupid. It was going for like 4 hours, and the first 2 hours were like really fun. And I was like warming up, and I was loosening up, and we were all having a good time. And then I think like later in the night, like that gay bar's like non-furry clientele started showing up, and they stuck out like a sore thumb. And we've got this big circle where we're passing the tennis ball around. And these are like some like dad-looking guys, like in flannel shirts, you know, like some Gen X type guy. And like, oh, a dance circle, and they hop in the middle of our tennis circle, and like they won't leave, and we can't pass the ball anymore. And it's like we're trying to get them to like, people are like fucking throwing the ball at their head, and it's like bouncing off of their head. It like ricocheted off of 3 heads at once at one point, and they just would not leave. They would not get the fucking hint. So someone crashed our tennis ball party. It was so funny though. One of the girls who was like trying to flirt with me, came up to me on like one of the other floors, and I was taking a break, and she said she really liked my outfit and stuff. And then she was like, by the way, you were really good at catching the ball. Which I get, thanks, I guess. This always happens. So yeah, I had a really fun time. I didn't actually drink though. That place has good drinks, but they're just too expensive. I'm sorry, man. I don't know how anybody does it. How anybody buys like bartender drinks. All I need to know is that like, okay, I had that, and now I know that I like vodka, and I know that I like Smirnoff. I guess that's another fun fact in terms of like having all of these experiences in my life that are like the first time I've ever done them. Alcohol is definitely one of them, and I know now that I like it. Hence why I was talking about screwdrivers earlier. I think it was I had that with like some pink lemonade, or like it was like raspberry or something. Maybe a bit of lime and lemon in there. It was a good drink. It was a good fucking drink, but it's like, man, they got Simply Lemonade like at the store, you know? I'll be okay. I'm not even sure what that's a euphemism for. I think it was very literal. Because that person was like in the circle of people passing the tennis ball around. And so like that person was there. And I was catching the ball, you know? Strangely, I don't think I was as good at throwing it. I think I underjudged my distance a lot. But I guess just because a giant tennis ball is like an unwieldy object that you don't really have a frame of reference for. Like, you know how hard to throw a basketball, and you know how hard to throw a tennis ball, but like, that thing has weird material properties. That's all I'm saying. I'm saying that it might not even be my fault. Man, what else? I'm sorry to bring this up, like, right away after the conversation we just had. I saw the Mario movie, the Mario Galaxy movie. Do you guys want to talk about that? Channel point command that throws a tennis ball and your model catches it no matter what. Okay. Nuh-uh. Catching it no matter what? The in-character thing to do for a Capoid such as myself, would be to just completely fucking ignore it. Like, maybe look at it, and then just, like, look somewhere else, and just, like, not be bothered. Don't worry, I did not see it in theaters. I saw a shitty fucking camera. Because I already saw the first one, and I know that I didn't like it. But I did ask myself, well, how many dogs does Mario kick in this one? Because it could be more, and so maybe it will be a better movie. That shit is, even compared to the first movie, like, atrocious. I guess, does anybody care? Does the Mario movie have spoilers? Because nothing fucking happens in it. I'm just saying they did Rosalina dirty, and you can take that any way that you want. But it was sad what they did. It was a mean thing that Miyamoto did, and he shouldn't have done it. Oh my, I forgot I put this in the playlist. That's fucking funny. Super fucking Mario. See, I cannot recommend Blippo Plus enough to you people. Every time it comes up, I'm like, oh my god, that's the best game I played that year. You gotta play Blippo Plus. Has anybody done that since the last time I recommended it, or does anybody still not know why this is funny to me? Anyways, it's very arresting. There's something very arresting about it to me. It's still just on the list? No. Well, we can do something about that. I was out of the country. I was hanging out with Gameboo again recently, and they had their play date on them. They have like a physical play date. Like, oh yeah, you can run through this if you want. You can just like have this for the trip. I'm like, whoa, sick. So I have actually very recently become familiar with a lot of that system's catalog. Yippee City! Dude, can we go to Yippee City? I went to Yippee City and everybody knew you. Here's what I can say. I hated Bowser Jr. There's a certain point, like, I know that, like, that whole movie is just, like, references and asides that go nowhere, you know? That they're just very disconnected scenes. The worst of the disconnected scenes, once that Super Scope comes out, once they go to the dinosaur world and they escape into the dinosaur world and they turn into babies, I was, like, clawing my eyes out. Like, shut the fuck up. Where it's like, at least when they're, like, talking to Fox McCloud and they say bullshit lines like, now that's the backstory of the guy who's gonna get us into the space junk galaxy. That's what he should have said after I was done saying my lore. It's like, it's not good, but I'm not, like, actively not enjoying it. But that shit, even by the movie's own standards, like, felt like it just, like, brought everything to a screeching halt. Every time Fox isn't on screen, you should be saying, where's Fox? It is true. I liked Fox in that movie. This may come as a surprise to many of you. Star Fox and I go way, way back. And I fucking love Star Fox so much. And I'm even an apologist for Star Fox Zero. That's how you know how bad I have it, is when I'm making excuses for Star Fox Zero. Oh, I actually like the scoring system. Oh, I think the gamepad is actually not that bad. Shut the fuck up. Oh, I like that you can independently aim and move. Shut the fuck up. You make me sick. This is what I say to myself in the mirror. I look at myself in the mirror and I spit. Literally, why did the Super Scope do that? Why did they spend all that time on that weird ass thing? Oh, that's another reference. You didn't know that the Super Scope is for babies? Because it is. Dude, if you gave, like, an actual baby a Super Scope, they would, like, beat you over the head with it. They would beat you senseless. Also, I'm gonna get to bed, but I have a little for you. Robin, what is this? I'll show a little thing. Yes, send it my way. Also, yeah, Robin, if you and, like, Manoa want to, like, start posting, like, that art oh no, you already posted yours. I don't think Manoa's posted her. But I do have, like a new, like, FelVT, like, Blue Sky and Discord and all that stuff. So if you want to keep up with the streams, we're moving over. New base of operations, okay? I just received a new message from Robin. But yeah, I should start reposting some of the stuff that has already been drawn. Because it's so cute. All right, let's see what this is. A DM from... Oh! Whoa! Okay, I gotta get this up on screen immediately. Wow, Robin, this is gorgeous. Oh, I've got to get this up on screen right away. Get that on my desktop. OBS. Guys, look at what Robin made. Look at what... This is beautiful. The Dark Moon? Come the fuck on. This is too much. And you even drew his sword. I don't know where the fuck you'd find a reference for his sword. Because every time I have to draw that thing, I'm like, oh, I don't have a reference for it. Wow. I mean, the expression, the composition, the lighting, and even the pause. Wow. That is so beautiful. That is so beautiful. Thank you so much. Wow. And you know what? Thank you so fucking much. Anyways, yay. Fell when you call him a furry. Oh my god. Well, it's not the same thing. It's just not what I am. See, because I'm not saying... We can't get into this. I'm not saying that I am a cat. I am saying I am a cat boy. It's obviously such a different thing. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. I had to like dig into your channel info to pull out the low-res version of that one drawing of him with the sword. Oh man. I was having to go back for that too. Of the things that I've been doing like frantically, so frantically, we can look at this BRB again for just a moment. I had to make this entire fucking thing in one day. The background, the animation, the compositing, everything had to happen in one day. That was a merciless day. I've been doing things of this scale leading up until now. Lots of the animations with like following and subscribing and stuff. All of this is very difficult. And yet it got done. The thing that did not get done until like the very last second, this is why I was up for 26 hours, is on the list of things to do, there are some fixes that I had to make with the model. I noticed some mistakes, and I'm like, okay, I know exactly what's wrong, and I know exactly how to fix it. I'll go in and do it. It turned out it was not so easy. And I literally had to go back to those old stream VODs, and I had to watch myself watching Merely Wuface tutorials to like remember like how the fuck glue works. Fuck glue. But the good news is I did get VBridger. I got VBridger working. Okay, so this is huge news. I have always complained about Whiskey. Whiskey, I should say, was a tool for the Mac that ran on GPTK, which is called the Game Porting Toolkit. This is a collection of technologies that Apple provided for developers that allows you to port Windows software to the Mac very easily. And there's, there's like performance losses, but it's supposed to be like a development tool where it's like, this is so game developers can gauge kind of like at a glance approximately how well their game would run on a Mac. And Whiskey was an awesome free open source tool that made that technology available to everybody. And there's a lot of times that I've used it, I have Grand Blue Fantasy versus Rising on my Mac. I love to play that, and I would always do it through Whiskey. Excellent little app. And unfortunately though, so the story goes, the developer of Whiskey, stopped making it. They stopped supporting Whiskey. And their excuse was that, oh, actually, I don't want to work on it anymore because it's too good for something that's free. And so it's actually taking money away from paid software for the Mac that does exactly the equivalent thing. So Whiskey has become deprecated. Steam hardly works anymore. You have to do like a bunch of hacks because if Steam tries to update itself to the latest version, it will not run and it will break. So you have to force it not to update. And then software that you download through Steam, like any software updates, any game installs, once you get it open, that's also broken. It gets to maybe like 72% and it stops. So what you actually have to do to continue being able to use Steam is go into the terminal and use a terminal command that opens the terminal in Steam. And then you trick Steam, you trick the Mac client of Steam into thinking it's the Windows client of Steam, and then you have to go to SteamDB, and you have to get the specific database ID of the Steam game and say, I want to download this update. And then it's going to go into the Mac downloads folder into your Steam apps, and then you have to take that into your fake C drive inside of Whiskey and manually move the files over yourself every time you want to update, every time you want to download a game. And here's the thing, even if you just don't want to and you're using like the old version of Steam, it's like, oh, well, I'll just use the one that I downloaded. I don't want to go through those hoops every time. Steam will make you go through those hoops. It will try to update those games and it will never complete the download because it always fails. It's fucked. It's fucked. The point of this story is that one such piece of Windows software that I've really wanted to run is VBridger, because using VTube Studio only gets you so far. It supports a lot of the breadth of ARKit, but not the entirety of it. VBridger bridges that gap. It's always been very strange to me because it's an app that like requires an iPhone and is dependent on like Apple APIs. They do not have a Mac version. That is a Windows only app. So that pisses me off. But I thought to myself, well, what are these paid options? You know, if there's other stuff out there that really is doing the same stuff that Whiskey is doing, and, you know, I'm not able to run VBridger through Whiskey because so much shit is just broken by this point, even when I do jump through all these hoops to download and update and install and move over files, and sometimes things just don't run well or open properly. Famously, I have Dramatical Murder in my Steam library. That game does not open. Well, it opens. I can play it for maybe like 2 minutes at a time and then it hangs. What I actually learned though is that the Whiskey developer kind of has a point. Because as it turns out, the tool that I could be using, and the tool that I am using now, the one that I switched over to, is called Crossover. And as it turns out, oh, this is like the people who like make like wine and Proton and all of these technologies possible, and it's like, oh, actually, those guys losing money is like very bad for everybody. And so it's like, would I give a fuck if like Parallels Desktop was losing money? No. I can honestly see how the case can be made. Unfortunately, a lifetime license to Crossover is $600. So I got a 14-day trial and it works very, very well. And I'm very excited to see if Dramatical Murder will run in Crossover, where it did not with Whiskey. Because there's this puzzle game that I've been playing that's also Windows only. It's called Blocksum. Has anybody heard of Blocksum? I think YouTube just gave me an "Are you still watching?" bullshit. Yes, continue watching, dumbass. God, that Robin art is so pretty. I'm remembering where I was before the music stopped. Blocksum. My buddy Max was playing Octo Expansion for the first time, and they were looking like through the credits, and like, I wonder what else this guy has worked on, like one of the directors. And it turns out that there's like this indie puzzle game that they published, like, it's freeware, and they published it like while they were working at Nintendo. And it's a very like beautiful, tight puzzle game. If I really have nothing else to talk about, I can run Blocksum, but maybe that'll have to be for another night. It's already 9:46 p.m. The just chatting has been going quite well, methinks. I was going to recommend dual booting Linux to access Steam to use Proton to run games as a joke, but that actually might work. Well, here's the thing. I switched over to Crossover. I have a 14-day free trial. Yes, it is going to be expensive, but yes, it actually works. Because Whiskey could like just barely run Blocksum, but like very laggily and with like a lot of like fucked up audio issues. Crossover gets a lot closer to like the real deal. And like if VBridger wasn't going to work, then like that would have been like the last straw for me, where it's like, it's so sad. My ass was about to build a PC between like August and September, And then I decided not to, because I was like, well, it's for a job that I was applying for, and then I didn't get the job, so it's like, I'd still benefit from it in all sorts of ways, but it's like, if I don't need it for a job, I don't need a PC, I'm not going to spend that money. And now it's so like, oops! Oops! But no, crossover has been working really well for me. So that's what I would recommend for Mac stuff, I guess. What the hell else was he going to say? It's so sad that Dramatical Murder is banned on Twitch. You have no fucking idea how badly I want to like revisit that game again. Like the fact that that Dream on Dreamer is like the first thing that started playing when I got in here. This is no coincidence. Guys, here's what's gonna happen. Here's what's gonna happen. I'm out of water. I'm going to get some water. Everybody who is in chat right now, I need you to tell me your favorite, your number one Dramatical Murder ship. Who do you ship Alba with? It can only be one, and there's one right answer. And when I come back, I expect everybody to say the same thing. So you gotta work it out. You gotta agree amongst yourselves. You have like 30 seconds. Your time starts now. Hello? Nathan, where are you? Is this thing on? I'm scared. Okay. What are we seeing? What are we seeing? What are we seeing? Clear and Alba. Clear and Alba is... That's the second right answer? I can't say no to that. Because Clear and Alba is like... It's one of the best ones. It's my second favorite. I like Clear. Google's best dramatical murder ship. Well, you guys are gonna have a little bit of extra time because before we begin, when I went to get water, I realized that I have not eaten all day. When I worked for 26 hours, I also did not eat. So I'm just gonna. I have pepperoni sticks here, and you guys are actually going to learn that one of the recent things that I did with my model to like change it to improve it is I can chew. See, because before, when I moved my jaw, it would always interpret that as like the mouth being open. But now there's like munching, invisible foods. It's actually just it's under my And here's the thing. I'm not like resting it on my lap because that's nasty, but I'm holding the pepperoni like above my lap. Like it is below my desk. You can't be shipping Alba. Alba doesn't know what women are. This person on Tumblr says Kojiku X Alba. Kojiku is like the third best, okay? He's very cute, but he's a smoker and I don't like that he cuts Alba's hair. I understand that it's symbolic. And I understand that the bath scene, the scene where they bathe together in like the post game, is so fucking good. But I can't help but notice that there's still somebody we're missing here. Kojiku is the best friendship, so it's pretty popular. Yeah, I feel like Kojiku is kind of just like the default answer for most people. I also just remembered, actually, there's one more thing I can show you guys. with regards to the model, and maybe other stuff too. I got bad news for you. I have 2 pepperoni sticks. And that was the first one just now. Guys, my headphones have not been on. What music has been playing? You guys been listening to good tunes? Ooh! Bayonetta, okay. First stream back and already risking it all. Here's one more thing I can show you guys. Take a look. I don't have an arm pose that allows me to do the direct. Because they always do like a handing it to you kind of thing. It's like, here, hold this trailer. Can you watch this trailer while I smoke? Man, not to be like too self-congratulatory, this guy's cute. Does anybody else think? But see, it's weird as soon as I phrase it in a way where it's like, does anybody think I'm cute? That's strange. Well, I'm sure it wouldn't be the only thing that people in chat here have in common with the women at the Furry Rave. Oh. Okay. I feel better. Are you gonna reveal your favorite dramatical murder ship by making them in Tomodachi life and praying they get together? I don't remember if this is true. I have quite a variety of me's on my system. Like, I know they're like more buried these days, and like nobody really makes me's for fun anymore. I've got a few, because I think I was making them for Smash Bros. I do have Dramatical Murder Me's on my Switch, and I'm not fucking joking. Oh, speaking of, my Switch just went to sleep. But yeah, okay. Guys, I'm going to show you 2 things. One of them you are probably already familiar with, because one of the projects that I had to do was redraw all the fucking follower emotes. And let me tell you, this is a whole lot harder to draw than a white boy in a black t-shirt, Nathaniel Bandy style. Christ! I'm not the kind of person to cut corners when it comes to a complex character design. I don't know what to do. I just draw the whole thing. It's all I know. I'm so glad you kept the penis emote. Well, it's so good. Penis is useful for many things. This has been said by me before a lot. The second thing, I think we talked about the idea of this during the marathon, but I scrapped it. This was lost media for so long, because I'm like, there's no way I can make it happen. It's never gonna happen. That was so fucking hard to do. That's a lot of different, shapes to blend with the tongue. But I figured out a way to make the layers happy, which is harder than you think. So it's chill now. Don't worry, it's chill. Pseudo Regalia! Let's go! Wait, who made this playlist? Now curl it into a tube. I would not be surprised if V-Bridger could somehow tell. Well, yeah, because I know on the Vision Pro, I think for the persona on that, when they make the fake clone of you for FaceTime, it can tell when you stick out your tongue, and it can tell when you wiggle it, and it can tell when you curl it. It's crazy. It's like the facial tracking is very accurate. It just happens to be mapped onto like an uncanny monster, a soulless thing. Northern Lion tongue gif. Oh my god. What? Wait a second. I'm just gonna get rid of chat for a little bit. Is this cool? I thought it was pretty funny. Wrong one. Guys, Tomodachi Life launches in 2 minutes. Are we doing this? Is it really time? He's actually awesome. Wait, he's like a character who can... Oh my fucking god. Wait, dude. No. I miss Nathan Hare so much. They banned his ass from Twitter and he never came back. And when you look him up on Blue Sky, he made an account and it's so sad. The last time he used it was like, oh yeah, I'll come back here when they like support video uploads. Fair enough. Video uploads did get added, he didn't come back. I don't think he's even on YouTube. And there's so many good gags, there's so many good goofs that I miss from this guy. And I know that I could literally go on TikTok, but this is the same meta problem, is that I'm not making a TikTok account in 2026. Larry Ellison's TikTok? I don't think so. He's actually awesome. Guy battles Grinch for the first time reaction is such a good YTPMV. Chris, if you were doing your Q&A and somebody asked you like what the best YTPMV was, do you think that would be the answer? I'm curious about this. In the meantime, though, I'm gonna get some stuff ready to go in advance here, because I need to get this going for my capture card. It is pissing me off that my chat keeps like expanding like this. This is not nice for me. Okay, what else? We're gonna do this, and we're gonna do this. And this is not going to be here. But something else will be. I don't give a fuck if you guys see me set this up. It's a part of the Oh, you're not gonna be doing this to me right now. Oh, I deliberately set this up like to be scaled appropriately. And now it doesn't want to be. Oh, well, that's just a crying shame. Wait, or is it? I grabbed a good corner. I picked a good corner to grab it by. I'm gonna make a projector for this view real quick, just so I can like see really, really bigly how that fits the corner. That's the one. Okay. We're locked in. Okay. By the way, if you guys have any ideas for like what to put on kind of like this horizontal area in such a situation as a 16:9 game, because 4x3 as you can see is not a problem. I don't know what to do with this extra space. I don't know. I also made all of this today, What am I gonna do, not get an hour of sleep? This is super specific, but you like Piers from Pokemon, right? Doesn't that one instrument in his theme song sound like the chair in Intensive Gaston Unit? I do love Piers. I would do anything, and I know it's so big. I can't say that I listen to Sword and Shield music very often. I just straight up did not play that game. I know that he's hot, and I wail for every ult of him that they make in Pokemon Masters EX, which so far is only 2 so far. Yet. But no, I can't say that I have thought this. Most people put Discord and YouTube information. Yeah, I'm thinking like some sort of ticker. I know lots of people like to do like kind of donation things down there. Yeah, recent subs, don't know. Yeah, okay, these are good ideas. I think like when I'm doing stuff with friends, it would be really good to like have like foogies, little foogies to like have along the bottom. I think that would be good. Hard to pivot to Sword Shield. Every time I heard his theme, I was like, what does this remind me of? And then I found out it was that YTVMV. Put a timer counting down and never explain what. Well, I'm gonna be around when it expires, yes? Gigantic arrow pointing to your VTuber model. I don't know. Maybe it could be like a giant fucking Kirby fuse, like going the entire length of the stream, and you need to like donate bits to like burn the fuse. That'd be cute. But then also I die. Annoying orange premiere timer. When it expires, you do. I was just born. Wait, no. Anyways, guys, it's 10:03 p.m. I think it's fucking time. I think it's time to have a fun time. So yeah, if you guys want to dip, if like you're just here for the debut, thank you very much. I've been stressed out of my fucking mind trying to get everything together in time for this, and I'm already like, I haven't used any of it before. This is my first time too, and I'm happy with it. You know, I think it's going well so far, but we are going to be switching gears in just a moment, so coming up in a little bit is going to be Tomodachi Life Living the Dream. Please hold. Oh, and I guess that was pretty well timed for Pseudo Regalia to stop anyways. To be quite honest, though... Sorry, this just happens to be... Hi. The scene where I have... This is so fucking cool, man. Robin is so cool. She just opened commissions earlier this month. You should go look at that. You should go look at that lots. Fucking sick. Yeah, at some point I want to do a thing on the BRB where it's like a thing that like cycles through fan art. I think that'd be a cute thing to have. Okay, actually ending. Thank you very much.